You know, in Starville, they don't like to call it integrated. Did you know that?
Well, we've heard some things, but you tell us too.
They call it unified.
Oh, unifying.
So I'm going to say when they unified the system, then I had to go through a lot of other changes too.
You said Starkville called it that. Do you mean just townspeople or teachers? Or?
I mean, the whole district looked at it as unifying the system, not integrating.
Did that make it feel any different?
I guess it did. I think it did kind of tone down the acceptance of it. So we're not going to integrate the system, but we're going to unify it. And I think that kind of toned down the feelings of at least those who was heading the district, because they're the one that called it unified.
When you say tone down the feelings,
like to accept it more.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying, like to make it more acceptable to the community.
Yep. Yeah.
Because, you know, they're just like any other chain.
Yeah.
And to tone it down for both races, because they wanted to close Henderson.
Yeah.
And I didn't participate in the march, but some did. And I do know one teacher who participated in the march. The next year, he didn't have a job.
Yeah.
And there probably was some others too.
Yeah. And this would have been like, what, around what, 1969, 1970 when the marches happened?
Yeah.
I think.
Oh.
I think if I remember.
Yeah. It was maybe, yeah, I think that's when, because they were, saw that they were going to have to, quote, unify, quote, the system, so they were getting ready for it.
Yeah.
And they was talking about closing Henderson.
Yeah.
And I think they probably would have if the black community had protested.
Now, and did you all, with this threat of being closed down, can you talk about what kind of word was among all of you about what was going to happen to you? When were they just going to fire you all? I mean, what sense did you have of what was going to happen to you when they closed the school?
I really don't know. I do remember would it be all right if I call names?
Yeah, it's up to you. If you're, what we would say is always,
well,
if you're comfortable,
God bless his soul, he's passed on.
Well, that's usually safe.
But Paul Armstrong was the superintendent. And I do remember him telling us in a faculty meeting when they was going to unify the system, he said, I'm going to tell you all right now, the whites are not coming over here on this hill. So they are not coming. And so he was going to close down the school. All of the black schools were in uproar about, are they going to close all the black schools and have them all, you know, come to what was previous white schools? Well, they couldn't do that. It wasn't enough room.
Yeah.
So that's what led to the community protesting.
Yeah. So you all thought